When loved ones die, it's only natural to wonder what's next.
But a Lebanon woman says when her husband died, she got something she never expected. She calls it undeniable proof of the afterlife from two of the last people you'd expect. Channel 4's Jennifer Johnson has her story new at 10.
When Faye Aldridge's husband was in the final stages of cancer, he promised to send her a fax from heaven. She assumed it was a morphine talking. So you could only imagine how shocked she was when just days after his death, he made good on that promise.
I just believed against all odds that God would heal him. Death is not the end.
Faye Aldridge is a woman of strong faith. When her husband Burke was diagnosed with cancer in 2005, she fully expected God to perform a miracle.
I expressed my faith. I covered him in the Word of God. I read the Bible to him every day.
But just 21 days later, the 53-year-old was dead, and the unthinkable began to unfold.
And he said, well, your husband paid me a visit the night that he died. And at that point, I literally started laughing.
But I can tell you, I did not imagine this had happened.
And there was this bright light.
Within hours of being pronounced dead at the hospital, oncologist Carl Willis and neurosurgeon Arthur Cushman, two men who had never met, both swear Burke Aldridge paid them a visit at their homes before either of them knew he was dead.
When I saw him, he was holding his arms up in the air like this. He appeared in light, surrounded by this light, joy, and peace.
And he pretty much had kind of shared with me that he was at peace and everything was okay. So maybe it was his way of saying, you know, told you so. You know, I don't know.
In both cases, Burke's visit was brief and his message was concise.
He said, this is wonderful. He said, don't ever worry about dying.
I just pretty much knew what had happened. I knew who it was, and it was just amazing.
Shortly before his death, Burke had made a promise to reach out to his wife from heaven. Within days of his death, these doctors gave their accounts to Faye in a fax.
I suppose he had a conversation with the Lord, and he wanted to really do one finale, and maybe this was it. Burke was a Christian, and I believe that gives proof that if you are a Christian, you do end up in heaven.
Now, Faye says she believes Burke appeared to two doctors instead of her, so people would actually believe her story. She's written a book about it called Real Messages from Heaven, and it was so popular it was picked up last year by Walmart. Jennifer Johnson, Channel 4 News.